Welcome back, everybody. Today we're testing the new 900 Global Origin.
If you like what we do, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on Patreon.
First impressions, remember when we used to say, hey, guess what? It's another shiny ASIM from Storm? Well, the Origin's another shiny ASIM from Storm. Well, 900 Global, same thing. I guess what I'm getting at is the Origin is a pretty typical Storm family, shiny, big ASIM, relatively clean cover with a big asymmetric core. The RB93 hybrid has some underlying traction, but the power edge, which is like a shiny compound finish, allows it to get reasonable length. The Ellipse AI is a strong asymmetric core which has almost identical specs across 14 to 16 pounds. This is an overall mid-defined ball, as our most shiny ASIMs. The core creates a dynamic shape. The cover allows it to be used in less than heavy volumes. The ball looks pretty good for Tyler, as you can see. No big complaints. This pattern's a medium light house shot, another variation from what we've seen recently. However, the length wasn't a big issue for Tyler with the Origin, while the motor still had the big energy to make the move to go through the pins nicely. You can still see there's no hold from in on this pattern, while outside of 7 is typically a point of no return. Obviously started with Tyler this time, so now a quick look at the ball from me. I didn't quite have the same look as he did, but it was still reasonable. I was having a couple of physical issues, but you can still see the ball motion pretty well. A mid-defined ball isn't a great matchup for me on this medium light pattern, but you still see that fairly easy length from the Origin, and when it turns over, it does go hard. The other thing I noticed is the light hits seem to impart a good amount of energy through the pins. For my rev rate and style, I'll always look to use the biggest core I can effectively use for a given pattern to get that hit through the pins. Brian's look overall was pretty good with the Origin. While the lighter pattern did push him into the third arrow, the Origin still made a good strong move and drove through the pins well. It again seems like a pretty solid mid-defined option for his style. The core is pretty strong, and a positive finding is the behavior wasn't extremely different from bowler to bowler. All right, the bottom line, I'll try to avoid sounding repetitive, but as mentioned, this has a clear slot in the bag as that shiny ASIM, in other words, mid-define. It gives you that big core roll and hit. It can roll out if you're not careful, but put it on the right condition and you will be rewarded.